Hi Aries, it's so good to see you. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Chandler and this is your intuitive energy reading for this week. I hope you guys have been well. This is Wednesday, so not so much a Fire Sign Tuesday reading. I'm getting this out a day late. Hopefully this arrives to you in divine right timing, of course. This is a general reading. It won't resonate with everyone, all right? I deliver messages to those who need to hear them. This may work, though, for some of you who have Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus in the sign of Aries. And of course, if you're a cross-watcher, feel free to switch up or reverse the roles as it pertains to your story, okay? Now, during my meditation, you guys, it was pretty intense, actually. I will say it was a pretty intense situation or dynamic happening between 2, 3, 4, 5 people. Okay, this is a group that had involvement here with each other, and actually surrounding the group was what was more interesting than anything. All right, my guides took me into the group, showed me not necessarily how they traditionally look, but when I do my work, I typically do see figures, potentially, forms, animalistic sort of forces. Okay, so when I do my work, it sometimes does lead me to see some darker things, and I did see a really dark energy surrounding a group. Okay, I did see a really dark energy actually surrounding and also enveloping this group. This energy felt very vampiric, okay, if not succubus in nature. Okay, so there was a very consuming, life-sucking energy, okay, that was surrounding this group. Now, I don't know how many of you this will actually pertain to or what could be the dynamics going on. But as they were showing me this energy, it definitely denoted a feeling of codependency, of attachments. Okay, so there's a certain familiarity within this group dynamic that I think has been heavily evolved in a sort of succubus or attachment energy, and it did seem like they were just passing this back and forth. They were sharing it. And for some of you who aren't familiar with what a succubus is, it is a sexually based demonic dark energy that essentially steals life force, creates imbalance and codependency, and therefore attracts negative karma, attachments, and denotes emotional and physical dis-ease. Okay, so there's these darker energies at force potentially surrounding you, a community, a group that you may be involved in, or just in a relationship dynamic. Very codependent and toxic relationships typically result from darker forces such as these, which I've seen a billion times. Okay, this is where I essentially do my work, is in the etheric realms, okay, addressing these darker forces or energies. But it was very clear, okay, and I think that some of you really need to take into account who you are connecting with, definitely on a sexual level, but even further on an intimate level, or exchanging energy in one way, shape, or form. It does seem to be, it's like a virus kind of going around. It's like everyone who's come into contact with this person or this energy is so far consumed by it. And one thing that I would say about succubi when I work with these energies, these lower vibrational energies, is that it typically what was I going to say, you guys? The thought just left my mind. What was I saying? That is so weird. That is so weird. I don't usually do that. I'm hoping it'll come back to me. When I work with succubi. Now, listen, I'm not saying I work with succubi, but what I'm saying is I become familiar with it through my work, okay? Through my energy work. And so the way that this is typically translated to me is that some of you do need to take this seriously and cleanse your energy and remove toxic yourself from toxic environments, okay? Because it typically is very consuming. And one thing that the succubi or darkened energies typically do is bring feelings of immediate satisfaction, okay, but then later bring feelings of severe withdrawal or dependency upon that same situation. And so it aims to keep you in a very cyclical sort of never-ending toxic syndrome, okay? So you could know someone who is like that. These energies typically feed from sex. They literally suck the life out of you. And then also, this energy feeds off of drama and attention, okay? So unfortunately, the more attention you give this energy, the more worry or fear you give it, you know, the stronger it has the potential to become. But what I feel for you guys is a very deep cleansing, okay? I even am hearing Clearwater, which I think is a city in Florida. Not to get too off of track. I think what is coming through, though, is about emotional healing and cleansing, saltwater baths, mineral washes, or what are they trying to say? Oh, those hot springs. Hot springs could be useful for you as well. But yeah, there's definitely some cleansing to do because no one wants to contract that kind of virus. And it can't spread, it can't leave where it's at, and it needs you to stay. Scared to fly, the right moment, sensing out right timing. Okay, so someone is planning something, making a move, sensing out right timing, sensing. There's something about sensing, okay, sensing when things are a go, sensing when the right time to leave is. We have an 18, which is a number 9. It is definitely an ending to something. Scared to fly is actually talking about the changing of seasons, how, you know, some things die out and are gone. As you can see, there's the very tail end of autumn, okay, in this card. Very tail end of autumn, which means something has been dying or has been on its way out for a long time now or for a while now, but that it's just about ripened, you know, ripened in a very loose way. Ripened as if it's time to leave. Ripened as if it's time to cleanse, to let go, to move forward, or to take flight, all right? With the wind in your wings, the wind in your wings. Very Aryan energy, actually, very fiery energy coming through there. Scared to fly could be that hesitation to leave a situation because there could be an attachment to the person, a codependent energy. Stolen in her sleep, unaware, unconscious, unawakened. So again, something maybe from the past is coming back up. It could be haunting you, it could be giving you night terrors, or you could literally be planning, okay, an escape or plotting something that, you know, may eventually end up not overall, you know, being very conducive to your energy. Of course, this is denoting that sort of dark energy surrounding a person that I was talking about. When dark energy surrounds us, it typically promotes violence, it typically promotes drama, it typically promotes, you know, going behind the scenes, doing something that would be uncharacteristic or, in other words, just sort of wrong, right? Unaligned intentions, unaligned with the overall big picture or what would be good for the community or what would be good for the person. It does seem like there's a plan here to take something that isn't yours, or something has been planned to take something that isn't theirs, depending on the current situation. So if you're scared to fly and you're stolen in your sleep, I mean, I'm having a hard time imagining who this could be for. But it does seem like someone is very unaware, unawakened, okay, unconscious of their negative behaviors, because their negative behaviors are being propelled by darkness. Their negative behaviors are being motivated by the succubi, by negative forces within them, and it's not something you should take personally. All right, it's really not something you should take personally. But needless to say, if you're feeling scared, worried, if you're having night terrors, or if you're feeling consumed, I mean, this is the energy that is very consuming, and it'll go to the very end where you will deny, having an attachment such as this, or the person around you will deny having an attachment such as this, because the attachment doesn't want you to heal it. It doesn't want you to face it. It doesn't want you to recognize it. But it'll persuade you, motivate you to do things. Okay? It'll persuade you, motivate you to do things. All right? That are, in other words, unaligned. Okay? At the very least. It could be sick, it could be wrong, it could be unconscious, it could be malicious even. You know, these people surrounding you, you could feel are completely unaware, or this person that we're talking about could be completely unaware of the consequences to their actions, or what truly at the root of the issue is motivating these people to do what they do. So again, I'd like to reiterate that I do work with darkness, and I do know how to recognize these things beyond a shred of a doubt. Sometimes it's not appropriate to talk about these things, but in this situation, I think it is. Okay? 9 of Cups and the Devil. Aries, this is exactly the kind of energy we were talking about. Overindulgence. Oh my God. Succubi energy at its finest. Okay, and I don't want to scare you guys, but truly, this is addictive personalities. This is someone who doesn't know when to quit, doesn't know when to stop, is completely unconscious, unaware, unawakened of themselves, who will lie, cheat, deceit. And I do feel that whoever we're talking about, this scared to fly energy, is actually catching up to them. It's the energy of sensing out, okay, when's the best time to escape this situation? When's the best time to fly under the radar? When's the best time to avoid these consequences? So Aries, you could be involved with someone like this. This is a Capricornian energy and a Scorpionic energy. 9 of Cups in reverse is overindulgence. It's smug. It's someone who will never admit to their faults, who will never admit to the truth of the situation, who will cover up, lie, deceit, betray, whoever they need to continue to act the way that they do. They want validation because they want satisfaction. This is the Capricornian energy of the devil. They want satisfaction. They want to manipulate a situation so that they can get what they want, even if it's only temporary, even if it's only surface. Okay, they actually haven't worked for this. They actually haven't put in any effort to this. There's no patience or perseverance or pursuing of anything of a substantial value. Okay, this is feeble-minded. This is a surface level. This is manipulation, emotional, okay, very emotionally manipulative energy, very intoxicating, disorienting, and heavy. You know, when we're talking about the devil energy, it is actually a chain, okay, around someone's neck, which they hold the key to, but they are in such a state that they don't realize what they do, they don't realize where they are, they don't realize what's going on, and they continue to do what they want to do based upon how they feel, which is never very good. So the 7 of Swords denotes lies, deceit, betrayal. Someone potentially getting caught in the act or holding secrets or planning something to execute or to later, benefit from, okay? This is a coercion at its finest. When we're talking about stolen in her sleep, I mean, look at this. Look at this. Someone is operating off of sexual desires, I guess, but even more specifically, almost in a fantasy, almost in a sort of disillusionment of what is true, what is real, what is honest, not being forthcoming, not doing the right thing, actual sabotage I'm getting off of this card. Wow. Aries, this got intense really quickly. Show me what else I need to see for Aries. So again, with that group, it does seem like this could involve more than one person. And I would suggest all of you, protect your energy. I would suggest all of you cleanse and take this energy very seriously because it is very manipulative and it's enslaving. Okay, the Sun and 10 of Swords. Wow, Aries, wow. So if you're involved with someone, I feel like you already know what you got to do. You got to let it die. You got to let it go, right? Because with an ending comes a beginning. The 10 of Swords is a very cyclical energy. When we go to the 10, we get to the 1, right? Something has to end so something else can begin. Now this is something coming to a crash and burn. Then, and only then, are you unable to carry forth in the way that you have been. This is knowledge, this is understanding, this is the straw that broke the camel's back. This is the very last time that you're going to allow this to happen for whatever situation that you're currently in. And to follow, we have the sun, which is a brilliant, illuminating opportunity, but it is on the line because it did come out sideways. It is on the line because it did come out sideways. Now listen, if you don't let this end, or if you don't put this to rest, in other words, you're not going to be able to have this sun. And so what I would say about these energy attachments is it's okay to be scared to fly, but you got to do it. It's okay to be scared to fly and to move on and to let go. But in truth, this situation doesn't seem to be serving you or anyone else in this situation. It's truly a codependent, at the very least, okay, kind of energy. The very least kind of energy. The sun, does denote opportunity, though, okay, and something on the horizon of your life that could be attached to a certain destiny for one of you, right? Cutting out or quitting something in order to have something else, and starting in a very humble, very small and innocent way, potentially. So we see the Ace of Swords, which is truth. It is truth. So this is backing this ending and new beginning for you. The clarity of who you've been involved with, and also this big sword, this Ace of Swords, is cutting the attachments, cutting the cords, energetically clearing yourself of toxic environments or situations that really don't serve you and will not allow you to move forward in the ways that you absolutely should be. Okay? Now, I know that there's a lot of word vomit here, okay, coming out very strongly with a lot of information. It seems like if you have been unable to talk with this person, maybe they've just been feeding you a lot of bullshit. Maybe they're a liar. As these cards come out, it does seem to denote a huge, fat, big conspiracy, lie, deceit, betrayal, just backstabbing energy, and this may not even be the first time. I'm really feeling like the foundation beneath whatever situation this is very unstable, very immature, very rocky. This seems to be a community or a group that has come together out of needing to fix themselves. And what do you get when you have a bunch of people that just need to fix themselves? You get a bunch of broken people together. Okay, so that's what I'm feeling. That's what I see. I see a bunch of people or a group or a setting that doesn't actually serve anyone because no one's doing anything constructive. So the Ten of Swords is the last straw. When you realize this, it's going to be undeniable, and it's going to feel real. It's going to feel real because you haven't so far been able to leave. You haven't so far been able to see the truth. You haven't so far been able to make clarity of this situation. And maybe that's because you're still in it. Do you think that there's any light surrounding this woman? Do you think that there's any light around her to be gained in this situation? It's questionable. It's questionable. So the situation itself is very consuming, and what I see is that it has to end. There has to be clarity. There has to be some amount of reason here as to say, okay, something has gone way out of line. Something is affecting us all. It's what I guess is not just affecting a person, but affecting many. And it's because many are sharing these energies. Many are indulging in this pursuit. And so with the sun, this is on the line because it is the time to break away if you are going to. It is the time to fly if you are going to. Now, I think that with the Ten of Swords, someone has stabbed you in the back, someone has lied, someone has deceived you for long enough. The sun is on the horizon of your life. And there is an opportunity to leave. All right, the 10 of coins and the Chariot. What I just say, it's time to leave. It's time to leave. The gateway is open. You are free to go if so you choose. This is a 10 again, okay? 10 again. And then in number 7, which is divine intervention. It is a, divine pursuit. It is a perfect number, in essence, that it can't be anything but transformative. It's imbalanced at where it is. It only can move forward or transform in some way, shape, or form. So listen, once you do move, this is where you're going, the 10 of coins. That's not to say that all of you are going to leave. This is a personal choice. But again, with the 10 of coins, this is a community. This is a community. This is a legacy and loyalty involved. Where the Chariot is concerned, these are emotions. These are the things that you know. These are the intuitions that you're gaining, that you're getting about leaving the past far behind you, creating distance between you and what was. Because otherwise, I'm not sure you're going to be able to actually gain the 10 of coins where you are. That's how I'm feeling, Aries. So with the 10 of coins, we see after a long time and maybe a lot of hard work to try to regain composure and clarity of this situation, you actually do earn the 10 of coins. The 10 of coins is never given, it is only earned. So maybe this situation has actually impacted your financial stability, your real life. The people surrounding you, the people you associate with, who you consider yourself in society. Are you a contributing member? Are you someone who does better for the world? Are you someone who has the green thumb, who can make things grow? This is also an energy that denotes darkness or succubi surrounding you, is that you won't be able to make anything of anything. Okay, so we have the 6 of coins and the 7 of wands, dropping your defenses because something has made some sense. Something has made some sense. Coming clean about getting even. Coming clean about getting even, Aries. Coming clean about getting even, Aries. Putting some distance between you and the rest of the world. Now look, we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. You need to put distance between you and this situation because you're not going to break even here. You're not going to get what you want here. You already have, I feel like, brought yourself into a very toxic situation that actually continues to keep you very enslaved to your own unconscious awareness. It's very clear. It's very clear with the Queen of Wands in reverse. This is a nasty, nasty person. The Temptress. Because this is not necessarily you, Aries, but this is what she's been accustomed to. She attracts people who are only attracted to her physically. She attracts people who ultimately render her feeling vulnerable, toxic situations that she feels like she can never break even from, reoccurring relationships that tend to hurt her, leave her feeling helpless or lacking confidence. What do you think the darkness's plan was to do the whole time? What do you think the whole point of keeping you right where you were was? This is a systematic breakdown of something that hasn't been even, balanced, or fair for any of you. Now, only a few of you are going to be awakening to this. Unfortunately, and only a few of you are going to be awakening to this. And some of you will choose to stay in it. Some of you will refuse the healing that is being granted to you if you choose to take it. That is the only way that things can be restored and balanced. That is the only way that you can gain composure and confidence. But like I said, some people will be happy where they are. I'm going to go into clarity, Aries, on Vimeo. I appreciate you watching. I know this is an intense reading. I know that only a few of you will resonate with this, but for those of you who are scared to leave a situation or have experienced a lot of deceit, lies, and betrayal very recently, premonitions, visions, dreams, whatever the case is. It's time to really take a firm look at what is your motivator. What is the motivator behind the scenes? What is keeping you here? Are you choosing to remain a slave to darker consuming energies that don't actually benefit you and keep you in this very cyclical loophole of unsatisfaction, of denial, of toxic relationships, of refusal to heal or accept, apologize, or acknowledge the wrongdoings, okay, there within? It's very, very clear to me, very, very clear to me that something has to die, something has to leave, someone has to leave, someone has to change, someone has to give this to the grave for good, or will continue to consume what is left of their consciousness. Thank you, Aries. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.